Alright, today we're talking about significant figures. So with significant figures, basically you have a number and it's like they're saying, hey, we want to figure out how many of these digits actually count, like if we were rounding and stuff like that. So here are the basic rules with it. One is that non-zero digits and zeros in between are significant. So non-zero digits are basically any number that's 1 through 9. Okay, and then zeros in between means, like, say I had 109. The zeros in between two other numbers that are significant. Okay, leading zeros are not significant. So for example, if I had 0, 2, 3, 1, that 0 wouldn't be significant. Or if I had 0.0046, these two zeros in front are not significant. Any leading zeros, any zeros that are in front of numbers 1 through 9 do not count. Okay, the only time they count is they start to count is if they go in between. Now with trailing zeros, these are ones that follow. For example, if I had 100, the 1 is significant and I have two trailing zeros. These are not significant if there's not a decimal. So you see how there's no decimal in 100? That means that 0 is not significant. That would only be one significant figure. But if there is a decimal, then we do count them as significant. So for example, if I had 260.10, this trailing zero now counts because there's a decimal there. Okay? So if there's trailing zeros, only count, trailing meaning like following behind, the ones at the end, trailing zeros only count if there's a zero at the end. If there's a decimal. Now with adding and subtracting. With adding and subtracting, you want to count the number of sig figs in the decimal portion only of each number in the problem. Add it, then you add or subtract, and then your final answer will have the least amount that are in the decimal section. So for example, if I had 101.26 plus 3.4, okay? When I add that up, 6 goes in just 6. 2 plus 4 is 6. 1 plus 3 is 4, and then it's going to be 104.66, right? Okay. When I look at the number of digits in the decimal, I have 2 on this one, and I have 1 on this one. The least amount is this one, right? Least amount. And it only has one decimal place. So what I do is I go to my final answer, and I go to the first decimal place, and that's what I'm going to round it to. So 104.66 will be 104.6 rounds this one up, so it becomes 104.7, like that. Now now let's look at some examples here. So how many sig figs does the following have? All right, these are leading zeros. Leading zeros never count, so I just have 1, 2, 3. 3 sig figs on this one. All right, this one I have 1, 2, 3 trailing zeros, but there's no decimal. So there's only one sig fig there. This one, 35,100. These are trailing zeros again. No decimal, so only have 1, 2, 3 sig figs. Forgot to box that one. So this one, we have some adding. Calculate the answer to the appropriate number of sig figs. All right, now I don't mind if y'all use your calculators while you're doing this. So I'm going to put this in a calculator real quick. 1725.463 plus 489.2 plus 16.73. When I put that in the calculator, my final answer is 2231.393. Now remember, this is adding, so I need to see how many numbers are in behind each decimal. So this one has 3, this one has 1, and this one has 2. And remember, we picked the one that has the least amount. This one, least amount. And it only has 1. So our final answer, we're going to go to the first decimal place. We only need one decimal place, and we're going to round it. So it's going to be 2231 point, instead of 393, round that 9 rounds that 3 up, and you get 2231.4. Okay, so you find, when you're adding up, find the least amount of decimal places, and then however many that the lowest amount is what you round your final answer to. All right, so the rules for multiplication and division. It's the least number of sig figs in any number of the problem determines the number of sig figs in the answer. Okay, you're looking at the entire number, not just the decimal portion. So you need to be able to look at what are the sig figs here. So for example, if I had 101 times 6. Okay, look at how many sig figs each one has. So that one is 3, because that 0 counts because it's in between two non-zero digits. And then 6 just by itself is just one sig fig. Okay, we multiply this out, that's going to give us 606. Now it said the lowest number here was 1. So our lowest number needs to be 1. So right now I have 3 sig figs in 606. So if I'm going to go 1, I'm going to go to the first number, the 6, and we're going to round it there. And the 0 doesn't round it up, so it becomes 600. So 600 is now my answer, because as you can see, those two zeros are trailing zeros, so they don't count. So now we're at 1 sig fig, which is what we wanted, and that's the answer. Okay, so when you're multiplying and dividing, whatever the lowest amount of total sig figs are, that is what the answer needs to have. Okay, so for example on this one, I'm going to do it with my calculator, 2.43 times 17.675. And when we do that, we get 42.95025. Okay. So now look at the sig figs. 2.43 is 3 sig figs. 17.675 is 5 of them. The lowest amount is obviously 3. So on my answer, I need to only have 3. So I'm going to say 1, 2, 9 is the third sig fig. So I'm going to round it to that. So it's going to be 42 that 5 rounds the 9 up. So actually I need to back up. Because the 5 rounds the 9 up, that becomes 43.0. And that's going to be my answer. Now it's got 3 sig figs. Remember that 0 counts the trailing 0 because there's a decimal there.